audience. Welcome to another issue of English Talk. Today with my co-host Manjara Busogay, we are going to receive the initiators of the project, The Great Speakers, a debating competition between different schools. I'm going to let them introduce themselves and the project.
Hello, my name is Seydina Alinsane. I'm the General Secretary of The Great Speaker, and it's a very pleasure for us to be here. Thanks for receiving us.
Hello Zara, thank you for inviting us. My name is Sandrine Amelite and I'm the President of the Steering Committee of The Great Speaker. So as you said it before, The Great Speaker is a contest between schools of Dakar, a debating contest which was inspired from the movie The Great Debaters of Denzel Washington. So since 2013, we are having this competition in Dakar between schools.
Now, before asking my first question, I would like to precise that the Great Speakers and TELE ECOLE are partners, meaning that you are going to be able to watch all the debates on TELE ECOLE. So, first question for Seydina. What goals are you aiming with the competition?
Okay, the aim is simple. As youngsters, as they say, don't wait to see what your country can do for you, but just go and try to find something that can make you do something for your country. Okay. And the aim of the Great Speaker, we've noticed that most like a lot of people or a lot of youngsters, sometimes they have problems having a job just because they have a kind of ignorance, which is the language of English. Yeah. And this competition somehow is going to help us help the youngsters or the students to get into the area of work. Okay. That is the aim of the Great Speaker.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, what educational values is it holding?
Okay, thank you for this question. As Seydina said before, we are promoting a language that is really important because English is one of the most spoken language in the world, and it also helps people to get jobs and also many opportunities. So first of all, we are promoting that language, and also we are helping people try to be self-confident in front of people, trying to debate, try to argument, try to also according to the topic give argument and give do some researches about topics, about general topics.
Okay. Okay. And now back to Seydina. How are you, meaning the committee of the Great Speakers, going to keep this project sustainable and a viable one?
Okay, to get it sustainable, first of all, we are a team, and we are going to do all our best to be always welded and to be every single time working. Because my guys and I are very dedicated to this competition, and since then we are doing all our best, and we'll be looking for partners more and more, and at the same time looking for people that could help us to go the whole hog to get this competition the best way it can be.
Okay. And now we are going to play an excerpt of a debate that held between different schools. Yeah.
We are a team of NCP Africa. My name is Nepana Faye, Journalism and Communication. We're here to win the final of the Greatest Speakers because our opponent does not exist and the judge is God.
Online training must be considered how the training will support a learner when help is needed. Moreover, online training is self-based.
So online training also allow us something really important.
I think it's a great concept as far as it's to help students to talk English and how to call it and practice. So, and I think nowadays we should have to be bilingual. Like we have to speak French and English basically because enterprise is needed and we future need to elevate the defeat.
Assalamu alaikum. Here is the Fazek Great Speaker team, and my name is Papa Malik Demede.
Hi, the name is Khadim.
Hi, the name is Lamine Remy Sambou.
I think the Great Speaker is a nice initiative because it allows us to express ourselves and shape our leadership and our ability to speak in front of the public.
So that's great. I love the competition, and just like the movie, I like the way people talk, and this is what I always dreamed of, and it's great.
And you can win this competition.
Yeah, of course, because my guys and I'm quite sure that they have acquired enough experience. This first match is only the beginning. The best is to come.
Capital punishment does not treat anybody. It is a disaster for the human life, for the living being. If you kill somebody, it doesn't mean you're supposed to get killed also. It just means that you're supposed to be sanctioned.
I hope you enjoy watching that extract, and now I'm going to let Sohna Mame Diarra Bousso Gueye take my place to continue with the second part and with another guest. Thank you very much.
Hi everyone, I am Sohna Mame Diarra Bousso Gueye. As my fellow workers Zahra come just to say, I am going to keep on this wonderful third program of English Talk, where I will never be tired to say that we talk to the talkers so as to make the right talk. Given that my honorable guest here has already been present, I'm going quickly toward the question to know, given that there is many candidates, how or what is the selection processes?
Thank you very much, Ms. Zarat, for giving me the floor. My name is Yusuf Jallo. I am working in the Communication and Foreign Affairs Department of the Great Speaker. It's an honor and a great pleasure for me to be presented on your stage.
Thank you.
Well, going back to the question that you have already asked, like how the selection process goes inside of a Great Speaker, it's so simple. For example, at the earlier, January, or let's say sometime even December, before we go to a next year, we send email to the different schools or universities to tell them about the Great Speaker, and after we will be waiting for a feedback from them. Or sometimes even go to them and we talk to them, we explain them what is a Great Speaker. The Great Speaker is a debate that gathers students for helping them improve their language, improve their communication, and also a lot of stuff about their studies. And afterward, they will email us back some feedback that will say they're ready to participate, to join the Great Speaker. And the selection goes for example, if we have 20 people or 20 schools sent emailed, the first email response are going to be the first to be selected. We select by the arrival of the feedbacks. For example, this year we needed 16 schools. We selected the first 16 schools that arrived. But after the deadline, some schools that wanted to join the Great Speaker, but they could not join. Why? Because we closed. So that's how the selections go. It's not because this is a big university and this is a small university. We select everybody if everybody responds to the right deadline.
Okay, thank you. That's so interesting. So now for the last question to my ingenious girl here. You're so glamorous. So, and last but not least, how is the competition going to be done? And after, what are going to be the different steps?
Okay, thank you for that question. We have two big parts in the contest. We have the debate part and the poetry part. So for the debate part, we have one topic that we give to two schools, and they are facing on the topic. One school defending the affirmative side, and the second school will defend the negative side. And also for the poetry part, they have one topic, and they will write the poetry on that topic, and they will declaim it at the final. But if we have many poets for this competition, we do a pre-selection. They will give a video and we will upload it in our YouTube channel, and they will have number of views. It will be part of the process, but they will also have members of jury that will evaluate their performances.
Of course.
Yeah. And also for the members of jury, we choose the members of jury among teachers, English teachers.
That's the question that we're going to ask you after.
So for the members of jury, we have the English teachers, we have also native speakers, and some partners that are working on the at the British Council or at the BSI. So those are the persons that are part of members of jury.
And what about the steps, different steps?
Yeah, for the different steps, we have the playoff, and after we have the quarterfinal, the semi-final, and the final. At the quarterfinal, we just, for example, this year we have 14 schools, but for the quarterfinal, we have 8 schools that were part of that part, and after we have the semi-final with 4 schools, and after we have the final. And for the final, 2 schools are competing for the first place, and the losers of the last match will compete for the 3rd place.
Okay, yeah. That's interesting to what you come just to say. So I want to be faces with you after. So before that, ladies and gentlemen, I invite you to watch these extracts of the great speakers, and after to come back to our mission of English Talk.
Passion, motivation, engagement, and challenge. Dear brothers and sisters, welcome to another thrilling experience within the great speaker. If this is your first time, you might be wondering what it is, and I'm going to make sure that you do understand what is the great speaker about. We have an awesome jury today, okay? And members of the jury, Mr. Rashid Doumbouya. Next, Mr. Mamadou Bamba Diop. And Mr. Christian Cham, yeah. Great. So I said that if this is your first time, you'd certainly like to find out what is the great speaker about.
Social networking isn't for everyone. However, it is now such a massive part of our lives that we embrace or reject the notion. It can no longer be ignored. Our social networking sites such as Facebook or Twitter are part of our lives. I, with my co-debaters, are in favor of this motion. But before I go any further, I would like to give an introduction to myself. I am Amita Sifai Fati from the British Business College, BBC. Mr. Chairperson, honorable panel of judges, timekeeper, co-debaters, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I say good afternoon to you all. Information is spread faster through social media. Social media users have been responsible for reporting events before traditional media outlets. For example, we have the Ghanaian teacher, Richard Appiah Akoto, who a few days ago, photos of him drawing Microsoft components on his blackboard, teaching his students how to use Microsoft Word on his blackboard, was shared through social networks. Because of the rapidity of social networks, Akoto is currently in Singapore attending Microsoft's Global Education Summit and providing a lot of opportunity to collaborate with each other, and also providing Microsoft computers to his school. Social media facilitates political change. Social platforms such as Netivist help promote public participation and civic engagement. People have new means to fight, to defend their ideas and find ways to resolve their problems worth fighting for. An example is the Senegalese protesting rappers group created in 2011 by social media, through social media, called Y'en a marre, French for we've had enough. They contributed highly in the political change of the 2012 Senegalese elections, from the former president, Attorney Abdoulaye Wade, to the current president, Macky Sall. Mr. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, before I let my co-debater on stage, I will conclude by saying, online is old news. Online in social media is today's news. Social media is not a subset of the internet. Social media now is the internet, and the world can't go without the internet. I thank you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you this. Teenagers today have a need to fit in, to be popular, and to outdo others. They can misuse this social networking to spread photos, videos aimed at destroying the reputation of others. And how about the identity theft? Many people are victims today. This social networking has made it easier than ever before to adopt a false identity or change one's identity at any time. And how about the time that we are wasting? Who can tell me in this room, how much time per day do you spend on your social networking?
How often do you check Twitter, Facebook, Instagram? I know that you can tell me how much time you spend it. Because we are using them more and more every day. Spending too much time on this social networking can affect you negatively and can even tend to lead to the social addiction. You can be addicted. This is what is happening today.
Welcome back in our mission now. That's the end of this English talk. Now the talk is done. So now before I end it closely, how or what is going to be your last words?
Well, thank you so much for giving me back the floor, Sister Mamjara. That's a pleasure for me to talk about this. Well, maybe my last word about this talk today will be sending a message to everybody, like whosoever is watching the Great Speaker, to know that the Great Speaker is a great initiative. This is about community development. This is so important because like we gathering some students coming from different countries. It's not only Senegalese students who are competing. It's not only one university. It's a lot of universities. And the project of the Great Speaker is not only to limit calling students, gathering students in debate here. We want to enhance it. We want to widespread it to other countries. Why not to go to Mali? The Gambia is here. Why not to go to Gabon, to Togo?
Why not to USA?
Why not to take it to America or to other countries? This is the aim of the Great Speaker. So we're not asking for help, but we're asking people to see this is something very great. They have to come in to join hands because this is a tool to socialize people by using a language. And I know together, like, we will make it. We will make it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
God will say, inshallah. So now to my ingenious girl. What is your last word? That's the end of the English talk.
Okay, thank you so much. It's a big pleasure for us to be here, and I would like to thank all our partners, all the schools that are competing this year, and all the schools that take part of that contest, like the previous editions, but also all the people that are watching us, the followers, and everybody. To our partners, I would like to say thank you to One Stop Communication, British Council, Espresso Senegal, Supimax, US Embassy, Vibe Radio, Dreamlux, Yum Groove Consulting, MIMS, Place du Souvenir, Inora, Care, Advertising 3D Group, TELE ECOLE.
Thank you. That's to us to thank you because you have been a very honored guest here. Ladies and gentlemen, the end of this third program of English Talk, where I have had as a guest Sandrine, the president of the Great Speakers, with your General Secretary, Sedina, and the Deputy of the Communication Department. So now the talk is done. I give you appointment sooner in another talk of English Talk. For more information, you may reach them online on YouTube. Inshallah. Thank you for having taken the time to watch this video. Thank you and goodbye.